everyone, this is the Motor Mouth, Mike McMillan, and I'm with Larry McLeod and his 1931 Plymouth, as you can see here, and his camping trailer. And these are two of the most unique vehicles. You'll see it on the road or at any car show for that matter. So just tell me a bit about it, Larry.
Well, I bought this car from an old lady several years back. It was original, and I got it running original. And it ran around. I drove it around, but you know, it don't do about 35 miles an hour. Me and my son went to Pigeon Forge, and we come back and started tearing this thing into 1,000 pieces and redone it, and put a Chevrolet running gear in it. And over several years of working on it, this is what it turned out to be. But in the meantime, a little old lady pulled out in front of me, a sweet little old lady. I'm glad she didn't get hurt, but she tore it up in front, and I had to redo it again, another 2-year project to get it back.
Well, you were telling me that these fenders here were all torn up like a can opener went through them, and
yes, it had a straight axle under it, and when she pulled out in front of me, it hit this right here, it totaled her unibody car, knocked the wheels up under the car, and tore the fender up, which that fender cannot be replaced back then when it happened. And I didn't want fiberglass on it, I wanted metal. And my son builds motorcycles, which is Stephen McLeod, and he had his buddy that builds his gas tank for his motorcycles to redo that. And he done an immaculate job on it. You can't even tell it's ever been hit.
that's definitely true. And I mean, everything on this car just looks absolutely perfect.
The running boards has been updated to thicker gauge steel. I had the door handle shaved at one time, and I really didn't like it because the springs in the door kept blowing the solenoids to open it up. So I just went back to a handles back on it.
And this is probably the most interesting, maybe the most unique part of this car is the trailer behind it.
Yeah, years ago when I was working, I got this magazine and seen teardrop camper trailers in it. And this guy back in the 40s took pictures for magazines, and he got tired of sleeping on the ground, so he came up with a style similar to this, and that's why they call them teardrops, because this is a practically a design that he came up with, and it got popular. And then it went away during the Depression, and then it finally came back in a popular mechanic book back in the 40-something, 45, 40, 50s, and people started building these back then. But you don't see many of them over out of California. You'll see some in Florida, but there's a few around the middle states or southern states, but not many of them. I hope people would start, you know. I know somebody up in, well, I met him up in Piedmont. Him and another guy was building one for each other, and I hadn't ran into him yet. But this is what came, and I decided I wanted to build one, and so I got that Plymouth, and I said I need something that somebody hadn't ever seen around here. So I built this one. It took probably 300-something hours every day of working on this to get it the way I wanted. And you have to treat it like a piece of furniture in the house. Put polish on it, whatever. I ordered the rear end out of California, which you can order them around here now, and put Rally Sports wheels on it. And I thought putting little old lights on each side of them. And some people think that's a doghouse because they ain't never seen one before. I said, well, I thought I was going to get in the doghouse 1 or 2 times, but my wife is understanding.
One of the most interesting things about it is when I saw it, I thought it was probably like just a little pull trailer, maybe a little bit of storage inside, but I didn't realize, as you can tell right there, that there is definitely some space to sleep, and it's just, you know, amazing how space efficient this thing is.
Well, it's just like I say, it's enough to sleep 2 people. You can build them wider, bigger, and longer. But I found out a 4x8 it's not cheaper, but when you go wider, you got to buy excess wood to build it with. It's got an air conditioner in it, a 5,000 BTU air conditioner. I mean, it's comfortable. I got a flat screen colored TV I put in it when I go, and it's got a stereo system in it.
I mean, it's pretty much, you don't have to ever buy a hotel room again. So.
No, me and my wife can take this and put it behind a Nissan or whatever. We want to go up in the mountains all the way to Tennessee, Sevierville, all up in there. And if we want to spend a night in it, we can. If we don't, it don't cost any more gas to come back.
Mm-hmm.
And it draws a lot of attention.
Well, thanks so much, Larry, for showing. I really appreciate it.
Thank you, sir.